Stop. Before you scroll past this, you need to hear what's been said, because right now the royal commentary world is on fire, and at the center of it all are two names that never seem to leave the headlines: Harry and Meghan. Royal commentator Angela Levin has once again made waves with remarks that have split royal watchers straight down the middle, and the public reaction? Explosive doesn't even begin to cover it. So what exactly did she say, and why has it sparked such fierce debate online? Stay with me, because this one is a lot to unpack. For anyone unfamiliar with Angela Levin, she's one of the most outspoken voices in royal commentary. She's written extensively about Prince Harry, and she has never been shy about sharing her views on the direction his life has taken since he and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in 2020. Love her or find her frustrating, you cannot deny that when Angela Levin speaks, people listen and react. Her recent comments, made across television appearances and interviews, touched on the ongoing public perception of Harry and Meghan, their media presence, and questions about how the couple are viewed both in the UK and internationally. Now, Levin's position has long been critical of the Sussexes, and that's no secret, but what caught people's attention this time was the sharpness of the framing and the fact that it landed right in the middle of an already heated news cycle surrounding the couple. And that's when social media absolutely erupted. Within hours, clips were being shared, quote-tweeted, dissected, and debated across platforms. Royal fan communities, and they are passionate, make no mistake, were divided almost immediately. On one side, you had viewers who felt Levin's commentary crossed a line, arguing that public figures, no matter how controversial, deserve a baseline of fairness. On the other side, there were those who felt her points reflected legitimate concerns that mainstream media glosses over. The comment sections, predictably, became a battlefield. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about what Levin said, it's about what her comments reveal about the broader conversation around Harry and Meghan's public image right now. Because that image, carefully managed, constantly evolving, has become one of the most debated topics in celebrity and royal media. After the Netflix documentary, after Spare, after interview, the public has had more access to Harry and Meghan's perspective than arguably any royal figures in history. And yet the debate hasn't settled. If anything, it's intensified. Some commentators argue that the couple's decision to speak so openly has made them more vulnerable to this kind of ongoing scrutiny. Others say the scrutiny was always going to be there regardless, and that speaking out was the only way to control their own narrative. Neither camp is backing down. Now, Meghan has not made any public statement responding to Levin's latest remarks, and in the world of royal commentary, silence is never just silence. Online speculation immediately began swirling. Was it a deliberate strategy? Was it indifference? Was it, as some suggested, the dignified response to commentary that doesn't merit a reply? Nobody knows for certain, and anyone telling you otherwise is guessing. But the speculation itself tells you something about how intensely the public watches this couple's every move. Meanwhile, other royal experts have weighed in, and the range of opinions is striking. Some analysts have pushed back on Levin's framing, urging more nuance when discussing a couple who are, after all, also parents, living largely private lives in California. Others have echoed her concerns, suggesting that Harry and Meghan's public ventures continue to generate controversy that may be difficult for them to shake long-term. What's clear is that no consensus exists, and that lack of consensus is itself the story. Because think about it, years have passed since the Sussexes stepped back, the dust was supposed to settle, and yet here we are, with one commentator's remarks igniting the entire internet for days. That doesn't happen without an underlying tension that never truly resolved. Something about this story keeps people invested, whether in defense of Harry and Meghan, or in opposition, or simply in fascination. And that's when the situation took another unexpected turn, because just as the debate around Levin's comments began to peak, fresh discussion emerged about the couple's future plans and public projects. Details remain limited, and much of what's circulating is speculative at this stage, but the timing meant that every piece of news, however minor, was being filtered through the lens of this controversy. Everything felt amplified. Everything felt connected. That's the nature of the Sussex news cycle. It feeds on itself. royal watchers were once again divided. Some argued the media attention is disproportionate and driven by clicks rather than genuine public interest. Others felt the scrutiny is entirely proportionate given the couple's own choices to remain public figures with active media presences. Both arguments have merit, both get shouted across comment sections daily. Here's what we can say with confidence. Angela Levin's commentary has once again reminded everyone that the conversation around Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is far from over. Whether you think she's a sharp and necessary voice or someone whose commentary lacks fairness, her ability to generate this level of reaction speaks to how raw this topic still is, not just for royal fans, but for broader conversations about family, duty, race, media, and what we expect from public figures. Harry and Meghan occupy a unique and genuinely complicated space. They are simultaneously private individuals who have stepped away from institutional royal life and global public figures who continue to engage with media, pursue business ventures, and shape their own story. That contradiction is real, and it's the reason commentary like Levin's lands with such force, because it touches a tension that hasn't been resolved. And here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. This is probably not the last time we'll be having this conversation. The dynamics at play, between the Sussexes and the British press, between different factions of royal commentary, and between competing public narratives, those don't resolve cleanly. There will be another interview, another comment, another controversy that reignites everything. The cycle continues. So where does that leave us? With more questions than answers, honestly. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the reason this story refuses to die is because it's actually about something bigger than one royal family. It's about how we treat people who break from institutions, how media shapes our perception of people we've never met, and who gets to define someone else's legacy. That is worth thinking about. So here's what I want to know from you. Do you think Angela Levin's commentary on Harry and Meghan is fair and grounded, or does it cross into territory that's more personal than professional? Is the level of media scrutiny the Sussexes face proportionate or excessive? And do you think Harry and Meghan's public image can shift in a meaningful way, or is the narrative now too fixed to change? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this breakdown useful, hit subscribe. There's always more to discuss when it comes to the royal family, and trust me, this story is far from finished.